we started AV so that we could do outreach to people and educate, right? So we can give people the correct information and to edify them towards being a vegan activist. That's the end goal, to speak up for the animals, to be vegan, but not to just be vegan, to speak up for animals in whichever way they find effective. But we want to provide an example as well. So if people want to join us at these cubes of truth, then we provide that option for them as well. With the outreach element, it's the part where the magic happens, because the footage is showing people the reality, and the cube is what brings people to us, and we'll have them stop. And once they stop, and basically what we do is we pre-qualify the public with the cube, because if they stop and watch, then we know they're at least open-minded enough to have some level of conversation about veganism with us for most of the time. And if they're not, they usually keep walking, or they show you pretty soon that they're not going to be willing to engage. But when we do engage with those people, the outreach approach is something that we want to talk to you about now. And I want to teach you some stuff that I've learned over the last 3 years doing this form of outreach, and the approach that we recommend as a standard for these cubes of truth. So behind me is the words animal liberation. So that's what we stand for, very clearly. So even if I had to choose between the word vegan and those two words, I'd choose those two words, because that more clearly defines why we do what we do. And there shouldn't even be a word for veganism, really. You know what I mean? There's no word for a non-racist. That's why it has to be called a non-racist, which is just a clunky term. It should be the same thing, really, for what we do with animal liberation. So I want to be very clear about that, because when we advocate, this is the message that you need to advocate to non-vegans. This is what we expect as a standard at our Cubes of Truth. So when you're promoting this message, don't hold back and dance around the subject. Be very clear. This is about animal liberation. And I'm going to take you through where we stand exactly on the approach for outreach. And also I'm going to take you through the process of convincing someone to go vegan. From our experience in doing this for the last 3 years, and from everything I've learned, from the people I've learned from, I'm going to break down exactly what I think is the most effective.
That's right. Yeah,